Ooh la la, bonjour, bonjour. Hello, guys. Today, no political content. Can you believe it? We're gonna watch a little bit of a Carl Jobs video. It just dropped. It's called "This Cheated Speedrun is So Bad, I Lost Brain Cells." Let's see if we'll lose some brain cells as well. Um, uh, I think it's about like a competition that was ran by Logitech, and we are going to check out this Carl Jobs banger. I hope you enjoy. I hope I enjoy. Thank you, Carl.
Hello, you absolute legends.
Hello.
Back in May, Logitech ran a speedrunning competition on Twin Galaxy's new platform called Aim and Run 2. As you can guess by the name, this was the second iteration of this competition, with the first one taking place around a month prior.
Yep.
For the competition, Logitech commissioned the creation of a custom Counter-Strike 2 map and asked players to get through the course as fast as they could. The prizes they offered were pretty legit. First place got an insane golden mouse along with a keyboard, the top 10 all received a mouse and keyboard, and they even gave away a mouse for everyone inside the top 1.
Okay, I mean, this is nice and all. Sorry. This is nice and all, but I assume this is about a cheater in that contest. Why would you expose yourself or even, you know, make it, to destroy your reputation, I guess, by cheating just for like even if you get like the first prize. I mean, a golden mouse is kind of nice, to be honest, but it's not enough of an incentive, I guess, to cheat, right? In such a public spotlight in a competition like this.
100. And this mouse is valued at over $100. So for a fun little speedrunning competition, it seemed like quite a bit of money was invested in prizes. Plus, if you placed in the top 50 and included webcam footage of yourself using a Logitech keyboard or mouse, you even got a Pro X2 wireless gaming headset, which is valued at over $200. But alongside prizes for going fast, they also included a special bonus prize for the first 5 entries that had a time ending in 8.88. This was called the Accuracy Challenge, and meant that you didn't necessarily need to go fast to win a prize. Even if you were slow, you could just sandbag at the end and try to win the challenge by exiting on the perfect frame. And that's exactly what the player Exotic Alec did. His run wasn't fast by any stretch of the imagination, and it was clear from his run that he wasn't intending to be. He fell off the course multiple times, so he obviously didn't care about getting a flawless run. And at the end, he camped the exit until he could leave with a time ending in 8.88. Exotic.
And how did he cheat that? Wait, let me think about how did he, like, I assume this is the cheater. How would you do this? Or are you just gonna retry until you hit it? But that wouldn't be cheating, right?
Alec was the first player to win the Accuracy Challenge, but strangely, he was the only player that seemed to go for this special prize, which is definitely not typical. Normally with a challenge like this, people scramble to win it because it literally doesn't matter how fast you are, and ending with 8.88 is possible at any speed. You could take minutes to reach the end and still win the prize if you were one of the first 5 players to submit their eligible run. So naturally, people gobble up these 5 prizes before doing anything else. And then, people started to realize that winning the Accuracy Challenge was a bit harder than they anticipated. In fact, it almost seemed impossible. Try as hard as they might, no one else could beat the course with a time ending in 8.88 seconds.
How did he do
Something
it
was very, very wrong. And today, we will take a look at one of the worst attempts at a fake speedrun I think I've ever seen. I really hope you enjoy. Now, legends, it's Christmas time, and what better way to...
Okay, speculate down below in the comments how he did it. I seriously have no idea how he would cheat this, because this looks like an in-game timer, right? So it runs without you being able to do anything. I seriously have no idea how he did it.
Spoil yourself or someone you love, then with a beautiful poster from Displate. Displate offers metal posters that not only look amazing, but are also very durable and easy to install using their magnet mounting system. Not only does this avoid damaging your walls, but it also means you can quickly swap them around whenever you want. I think if you or someone you know loves a game or a story, you should celebrate it with a poster from Displate. Displate offers officially licensed designs from all of your favorite game, TV, and movie franchises. I'm not ashamed to admit it, I am a huge K-pop Demon Hunters fan, so I'm definitely going to be grabbing one of their official artworks. These are
Unfortunately, they're not cheap, but obviously with the price comes quality. I really like them as well. I have 2 in my room. I get a 3rd one, and yeah, I wish we had more, but at the moment it's hard to afford more because, as I said, they're pretty pricey.
artworks are seriously incredible, and there are more than 2 million to choose from. Displate ships very quickly all around the world, so if you want to get something
Germany
for
mentioned.
Christmas, now is the time. And Displate is offering a massive Black Friday discount of up to 46% off. Just click my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen and use code JOBS to get up to 46% off your order. Displate has always supported me, and I cannot recommend them enough. Despite Exotic Alec winning the accuracy challenge within the first day of the aim and run competition launching, no one else could manage to do it. And it turns out there was a very good reason why. A day after the competition began, the user Double Casu posted a message to the competition.
It's not possible to get a 0.888 seconds time because the game is 64 tick, meaning each tick occurs 15.625 milliseconds, 1000 milliseconds per 6.4. The closest time to get to 0.888 seconds are tick 56875 milliseconds or tick 57890. Could you please tell me which time do we have to submit to be able to win the 0.888 competition? I've now submitted my 0.890 seconds time. Does it count for 888 challenge?
Page claiming that getting a time ending in .88 wasn't possible, saying it's not possible to get a .88 time because
he's
the
reading it
game
out
is
loud.
64 tick, meaning each tick occurs every 15.625 milliseconds. The closest time to .88 are tick 56, 875 milliseconds, or tick 57, 890 milliseconds. And it's true that Counter-Strike 2 does run at 64 ticks per second. They do have a sub-tick system which can interpret inputs at more than 64 ticks per second, which affects movement and shooting and other actions that require inputs. However, it seems that with the in-game timer, it is stuck at 64 ticks per second, which means that ending in .88 doesn't appear to be possible. So if it's not possible, how on earth did Exotic Alec beat this challenge? His run seems pretty legit. It even has a webcam showing his keyboard. And as we all know, if you show a webcam, it's basically impossible to cheat. Well, the answer is as dumb as you might think. I will play the end of his run, and I want to see if you can notice anything weird or out of place. Definitely feel free to use the frame advance feature if you need to, and I really want to give you a chance to catch the discrepancy before I spoil it. So here we go.
Okay, we're gonna catch it, guys. Is there a cut?
Now, I do have to admit that when you watch this at normal speed, it doesn't look anywhere near as stupid as if you go frame by frame. But the issue with the run is the timer that is showing on the wall. When he finishes the run, the timer actually stops at .89, before mysteriously going backwards to .88. Then we can see that the timer is clearly edited when he moves around, and it becomes really obvious when he pulls his gun out. The 8 ends up appearing in front
Oh my god, on full speed you can't even see it. That's crazy.
of his hand. So what Exotic Alec obviously did is copy the number 8 and paste it over the 9 that was actually there. This leaves me with so many questions. It's obvious that this person spent a decent amount of time and effort to add in this 8, given that he's moving the screen around a fair bit after triggering the exit. This would have required him to go frame by frame and move the 8 to the correct position for every single frame. Evidently, he didn't do a very good job, because we can see the 8 move around a bunch compared to all of the other numbers. But to even get to this point still would have required a decent amount of work. He even edited the smaller timer showing down below. But if he was going frame by frame to make sure the 8 was in a reasonable position, how on earth did he allow the timer to show 0.89 for 2 frames before going back to 0.88? Why wouldn't he correct those 2 frames as well? It makes no sense to let the timer show 0.89 if you're just going to go back to 0.88.
This is weird. And all of that just for like a headset or a mouse or a keyboard? It's so weird.
And this error happens on both timers, both the one on the wall and the smaller one showing down below. It's really, really bizarre. And if you're going frame by frame, why would you let the 8 show in front of your hand when pulling your gun out? I can understand that it would be pretty tricky when the number was only partially obscured, which it is for several frames. So to make that look good, you would have to mask the 8 so that only half of the 8 is showing. This would require a bit of extra work. But this is only for a few frames, so it probably wouldn't be too bad to do relatively convincingly. On this frame, however, the hand is
Okay, like if you watch it in full speed, you don't even notice it, right?
completely covering the timer. There is no excuse for the 8 showing here at all, and all you would need to do is just not show anything. Why would you leave the 8 here if you're editing each frame and can clearly see that the hand should be obscuring your vision of the timer completely? I just really cannot understand how this possibly happened. But you know what makes this really, really stupid? It's the fact that he switched weapons and covered up the timer with his hand for no reason whatsoever. This was completely unnecessary. Maybe he thought the moving objects would make the fake timer less obvious, kind of like the way a cat is distracted by a laser pointer, which could also be why he shook the screen around after finishing the level as well. Though in reality, the shaking of the screen just makes the editing so much more challenging. A challenge that he clearly didn't care to overcome with any high level of competency. I'm going to give Exotic Alec a really simple solution that would solve all of his problems.
It's so weird because it's just for such a minor like a price, and you go through this effort and then you don't even put in this effort, right? And you want to claim the price regardless. It's such a weird thing to do, in my opinion. I don't really get it. It's odd. Like, all of this is like odd combined together.
Stop moving the camera around if you're going to try and cheat like this. It's almost as if he's having a stroke or something. Just finish the course and stand still. That way all of these issues don't come up. Between these two frames, the 8 seems to change position and size, even though the camera doesn't move and the numbers next to it hardly move either. I don't know exactly what method this guy used, but it seems like the 8 is moving and changing on every single frame, which shouldn't be necessary. Whatever he did was just really, really, really dumb. You know what's really funny though? Clearly, he did finish the level at 8.890, and then edited the timer afterwards. But shortly after it was realized by the competition organizers Logitech that 8.88 wasn't possible,
he would have gotten the prize with 8.89. I swear, 8.9 would have gotten him the prize, and he just exposed himself.
They updated the challenge to require players to finish with a time ending in 8.890, which means that if he had just uploaded his run without doing any of the editing, he would have ended up being one of the first 5 with that time, and he would have won the prize. Yes, I know there is no way he could have predicted that, but it's still pretty funny nonetheless. Anyway, in a shocking turn of events, Exotic Alec's edited timer was quickly spotted by other players, and he was promptly banned. And now, I want to do something fun. I want to challenge you to see if you can fix Exotic Alec's run and make it look believable. I will put a link to his run in the description so you can download the raw file. And I'm curious to see if anyone out there can make it look half decent. I even asked the sponsor of this video, Displate, to give away a free poster to the person who can do the best job at making Exotic Alec's run possible.
Dude, I bet there are some like Giga Chats out there who make it look perfect. You know, like literally perfect.
In order to enter, just put your fixed version in the Competition Hub channel in my Discord, and people will be able to vote on which one they think is the most believable by reacting to it with an eggplant emoji. The video with the most eggplant emojis by December 10 will win. But I will also have some fun and critique some of the other entries in a future video as well. So even if you don't win, you still might see your entry showcased in a future video, and I will either praise you for doing such a good job or make fun of you and point out all of the mistakes you made. So even if you don't win, we still might have a lot of fun with your entries no matter what. I wish you the best of...
Why they move? Oh, it's him. Like, I'm sorry. They're probably... These people don't shoot back, right? I assume. So there are probably people that go way faster than this.
luck trying to fix Exotic Alex's terrible editing, and I'm really excited to see what you managed to pull off. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
Thank you very much, Carl. Oh, sorry. That was a really cool video. These kind of like situations always make me laugh. You know, especially when it's like not that serious, of course. Speaking of cheaters, on the main channel there is going to be like a video about like a cheater in the Hitless community as well, if you want to check that out. It's gonna go live today, later today or tomorrow, I'm not quite sure, probably later today. Thank you for watching this with me, guys. I hope you had a little bit of fun as well. Obviously, original video down below. Go check out Carl's channel. He also made videos about the God runs, and he does videos about variety of gaming related stuff. Thanks. See you in the next video. Bye. Tschüss.